guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to do a mermaid photo shoot on a budget. It can be really hard sometimes to see a lot of these professional mermaids on social media who look like they're doing all these beautiful things, you know, these like wonderful photo shoots in like the Florida Keys or the Bahamas or, you know, Indonesia, like all these beautiful underwater places, and you're sort of just thinking to yourself like, I feel like I could never afford to do that, like that's just, you know, unachievable. And it is for a lot of people, and that's okay because we just have to figure out what we can do. So one of the things I love doing is land photo shoots. They are just a lot of fun, and they're also a lot simpler than underwater photo shoots. And you can really just do them with a friend, a bit of a costume, and a nice location. So I'm going to go through my top tips on how to do a mermaid photo shoot on a budget. So the first thing that you're probably going to need as a prerequisite is a mermaid costume. And now this can mean a lot of things. If you're a part of the mermaid community and you have a tail, obviously that's going to be great. If you don't have a tail, you could consider saving up for one, or you could do like a human mermaid photo shoot, you know, with like a flowy dress or like some scale leggings. The possibilities really are endless. If you look up fantasy photo shoots, you can find some really good inspiration for like different kinds of photo shoots as well. Save some inspiration, and you know, see what you can put together. If you do have a tail, which is what I'm kind of going to base this video on, that's great, and we'll go from there. The next thing you're going to need is a camera. Now, you don't need anything fancy. I generally use a DSLR, but that's because I have one, because I also make short films and I make YouTube videos and whatever. This is not my DSLR actually, but this is my phone that I'm filming this on. But normally for photo shoots, I use my DSLR. But you can absolutely use a phone camera. A lot of them are very good now. And you'll probably need someone to take the photos with you. You can do them with a tripod if you have one, but it does make things tricky, especially in a tail, because you can't really get up and down as easily. So I definitely would recommend, if you have a friend or a family member, or you could even look around for like local photographers who want to work as like free for trading photos. You can have a look for that. I always use my best friend because they like doing photography and I like modeling as mermaids, so it works out very well. But yeah, so you'll need some kind of camera, which generally, if you're watching this video, you probably have a phone. You can absolutely use that. You don't have to spend any money on a camera, and then somebody to take the photos for you. Another thing you probably want to consider is location. Now, this literally could be anything. I've seen so many different mermaid photo shoots in so many different places. My personal favorites are sort of like oceany, waterfalls, kind of lots of natural environments, but depending on where you live, that may not be possible. I don't know if you live in like New York City or something like that. I don't think there's a lot of trees and things there. But where I live very coastal, so we often just go to the beach, and that's really fun and free as well. The other thing you consider is places that are already in your house. I've done a couple of like bedroom photo shoots, bathtub photo shoots are very popular, and maybe even your backyard, depending on what kind of sort of house setup you have. I know some people have bought like cheap backdrops to like string up in their living room, and that can make a really cool kind of place if you have a bit of a spare spot where you can put a backdrop up and then kind of pose in front of it. So yeah, there will be somewhere that you can take photos. I've also seen ones that are in the snow or just in like a meadow, like anywhere that you can go that is safe is gonna be fine. For your costume as well, you might want to consider like makeup and accessories and things like that. You really don't need to go hard. If you don't own a lot of jewelry and things like that, don't worry about buying that sort of stuff if you just want to try out a photo shoot and have a bit of fun. I like to wear a little bit of makeup sometimes, so if you have some, you can wear some, but you really don't necessarily need to. I like to wear mascara just because it kind of makes my eyes pop a little more, but I generally don't wear more than that because I'm not really a makeup person. Sometimes I'll do my hair in kind of like a fun way, so you can experiment with different hairstyles to make your face kind of pop a bit more. But yeah, it can be really fun to just experiment and try different things and look in the mirror and see what you like and what you want to change. For jewelry, I often do not wear any jewelry because I'm not a jewelry person either. But I do have a bit of a collection of mermaid stuff now, so I sometimes pick out a few things. Crowns are very popular, shells, that sort of thing, earrings if you wear earrings, bracelets. There could be, you know, the possibilities are endless, but for the sake of being on a budget, stick with what you already have. If you have some nice pearls or something, they're very mermaidy, but really anything goes. So you could just kind of pick something that you think looks pretty, and it will look pretty when you're a mermaid as well. If you don't have like a fancy mermaid top, like, you know, custom silicone, fancy, expensive sort of top, you don't have to wear a bikini top necessarily. You could wear a dress over your mermaid tail, you could wear a t-shirt, like I have this one that's just a crop top that has scale patterns. You could wear like something crochet, like have a look through your wardrobe and just like look at your summer gear or your winter gear, whatever you have, and just see if you've got any tops that maybe the colors match your tail, or they're kind of like maybe a bit different, a bit like flowy, and that can really just be it. You don't need to have like really fancy specific matching swim tops or anything for a photo shoot. So I'm not going to go into details about how you actually do a photo shoot. I can do a different video on that if you want, but I don't know, go out and take photos and then when you have those photos, you can look at editing them, and you don't have to pay anything for an editing software. Most phones have a really good inbuilt editor for a lot of photos. Like I have an iPhone and I pretty much exclusively use the inbuilt iPhone photo editor for all of my photos. If I'm wanting to do like fancy magical effects or something, I do them in Procreate on my iPad, which costs like 20 bucks or so, but that's really not necessary. If you're just kind of wanting to, you know, bring up the contrast and the brightness and sort of play around with different tones, then your inbuilt phone editor is perfect for that. There's also a lot of free apps on the App Store that you can do different kind of editing as well and play around with like different lighting and sort of fun things like that. I can't speak for Android, but as far as I'm aware, I think Android has a better photo and editing system, so I'm sure you'll be able to do something similar on that. But yeah, you can use your camera, your phone camera, as your editor as well. And those are my top tips for doing a mermaid photo shoot on a budget. I pretty much never spend any money doing my photo shoots because I just like to do them for fun. But yeah, so let me know if that was helpful at all. I don't know, it's just kind of a little video idea I had. And if you want me to talk about any other topics, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!